guys, it's Sarah, and today I am here to do my September book haul revisited. So I am going to go back to both 2015 and 2016 in the months of September and talk about the books that I hauled that month and where I am as far as whether I have read them, whether I have not read them, whether I haven't hauled them, and all that good stuff. So 2015 was tricky because in 2015 I had a September, October, and November combined book haul. So basically what I did was I just took all of those books and just divided them up. So I'm only going to show you a third of what I hauled in that video to signify the month of September, and then I will show you all of what I did for the year of 2016, which actually was a combined one too, but apparently I like to combine my months before. Okay, so for 2015, the first thing I hauled was actually a trilogy, and that is the Farseer Trilogy by Robin Hobb, which includes Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, lots of assassins, and Assassin's Quest. And spoiler alert, this is the only book I have read in this entire haul video. The only one. Yep. My numbers are not going to be that great this month, but I loved it. Does that count? I loved this book. I gave this one 5 stars, and I actually want to reread this before I continue on with this series because a lot happened in here, and it was a lot of, building the world and all that. So I kind of want to revisit that a little bit because I did read this when I was in Orlando last year going to Disney World. So I was overstimulated, and I don't know why I chose to pick like a complicated fantasy world to read while I was there. That doesn't make any sense at all. But I have heard that the audiobooks for this were great, so I will plan to listen to the audiobook of this one again just to kind of refresh my memory and then move on with the rest of the series. But yeah, I really did like it. So read this, have not read these two. And the next one that I hauled was Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates, and this one I picked up at Book Outlet. And this one is a fiction book, but it's kind of told from the perspective of Marilyn Monroe, so I thought that sounded really interesting. And again, haven't read it yet. The next one that I hauled is actually one that I just talked about in my psychological thriller video, and that is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This is one, again, I have not read yet, but I really want to, and I think probably towards the end of this year would be a really good time to read this. And yep, it follows the murder of a young girl. Her father is in the horror film industry, so it's a big thing where it looks like it was suicide. However, it turns out that it wasn't, so they're trying to figure out this big mystery on how this girl died. I heard it's really cool and really creepy, and I'm really excited to read it. The next one I hauled is Back to Blood by Tom Wolfe, and this one I actually unhauled. This one I bought in a hardcover, and I ended up finding the paperback version later on for super cheap, so I got the paperback one instead, and I think I gave this one away. So yeah, so I still have the book in paperback, but this particular one that I hauled in that video, I have unhauled. And then I hauled the Cuckoos Calling, and this is by Robert Galbraith, who is also J.K. Rowling, and this is the first book in her kind of detective mystery series that I heard very, very, very good things about, and I really want to read them. And I have all of them that have been released, and I haven't read it yet. So those were all the ones from 2015. That was kind of the first third of that video. And now moving on to 2016, the first one that I hauled is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. And I haven't read this yet because I haven't read the one before this either. I am not winning. And what's really funny was that I hauled this one in 2015, and then 2016 I hauled this one, which is book number 2 in this series. And then I hauled another 3 books in a series, and I got these from Book Outlet as well. This is the Natural History of Dragons series. So I have the first 3, which is Natural History of Dragons, and The Tropic of Serpents, and then this one is Voyage of the Basilisk. These are by Marie Brennan. These are supposed to be fantastic. I've heard really good things about them. I did read the first chapter of this one in a try a chapter tag, and I actually really enjoyed it, but it is something that I'm going to have to really kind of like this be the only thing I'm reading at the time and really be able to focus on it so that I can kind of take it all in because it's going to be a little complicated, but I'm really excited about it. The writing is beautiful. So I do want to read these. I just haven't pushed on yet. And then I got a classic, Jane Eyre. I've never read Jane Eyre before, but I have read a couple of books that are kind of inspired by or they're retellings of Jane Eyre, and I really liked those. So it made me really want to make sure that I do read the actual book. So this one is by Charlotte Bronte, and this is a type of classic. It's a Puffin edition, a Puffin young adult edition, I guess. And I really like it. I think it's cute, and I got it on Book Outlet. And the next one that I got, also on Book Outlet, is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I had every intention of reading this over the summer. Didn't happen. And then, also on Book Outlet, see a theme going here, I got The Bang Chronicles by Cassandra Clare and a couple other people. And this is a little series of novellas that follow Magnus Bane, who is a big character in the Mortal Instruments series. I am nowhere near ready to read this yet, but I have it when I'm ready. And then the next one that I got is one that, man, I was so excited when I purchased it, and I'm still really excited to read it, but I'm going to need to give it a little more time now just because of the shooting that happened at our library here that I talked about recently. I just need to give this a little bit more time because this is a mass shooting. This is called Violent Ends, and this is actually a big compilation that involves 17 different authors and is told from 17 points of view of a school shooting. So I'm still really, really interested in reading this, and I love the idea of that, of having, 17 points of view, but it's the same story, and there's 17 different authors, so they're all going to be, different and have different feels to them. And I really love this idea. I just need to give it a little bit more space first, so maybe sometime next year I'll be ready to read this. It's still, the whole mass shooting thing's a little bit too fresh for me. But this is edited by Sean David Hutchinson, so I am really excited to read it. Just need a little more time. Okay, guys, let's talk about my numbers. They're so stupid. I hauled a total of 16 books. I have read 1. I unhauled 1, and I have not read 14. So pretty terrible as far as the numbers go, because I just really haven't read anything that I hauled for the last 2 Septembers. Normally, I have also been picking a couple of books to put on my nightstand from these. However, I'm not going to do that going forward because it's really causing my nightstand to just kind of pile up and pile up and pile up, and I end up putting them back. Anyway, so I think I've read 1 or 2 that I actually did do that for, but from here on out, I just need to not worry about it. But these videos are putting these on the forefront of my mind a little bit and making me kind of go, oh yeah, I really did want to read that. And oh yeah, I'm really excited to read that still. So maybe I will put them on some future TBRs here coming up soon. But I'm just going to not worry about it as of right now. Okay guys, so leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you have purchased any books recently and if there's any books coming out that you're really excited about. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.